Welcome back to Longevity Insights. In Part 1, we explored China's groundbreaking stem cell trials that have allowed some patients to reverse diabetes and live insulin-free. But how does China's approach compare to what's happening in the US, Europe, and Japan? Who's ahead in the race to cure diabetes, and how soon could these treatments be available worldwide? Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future deep dives. Now let's go to Christian for all the details.
Good setup, Adam. Now, let's break it down. 1. The U.S. cutting-edge science but slow progress. The U.S. is at the forefront of stem cell research, but strict regulations slow progress. One of the most significant breakthroughs comes from Vertex Pharmaceuticals, which has developed stem cell-derived beta cells that successfully restore insulin production in patients with type 1 diabetes. Early trials show that some patients have stopped taking insulin, but there's a significant catch. They must take immune-suppressing drugs to prevent their bodies from rejecting the transplanted cells. The challenge in the U.S. isn't the science, it's the FDA approval process. Large, multi-phase clinical trials are required before treatment reaches the public, and because the U.S. focuses on allogeneic, donor-based stem cells, immune suppression remains an issue. While promising, these therapies are still years away from widespread use. 2. Europe. Highly regulated but focused on innovation. Europe is taking a collaborative, research-first approach through the ISLET project, a significant EU-funded effort to bring stem cell-derived insulin therapy to patients. Unlike China or the U.S., European researchers prioritize encapsulation technology to protect transplanted cells from immune attack, eliminating the need for immune suppression. The first clinical trials are expected to launch by 2025, but strict regulations under the European Medicines Agency (EMA) mean that a fully approved treatment could still be years away. Europe's approach is slow and cautious, but if encapsulation works, it could lead to a safer, long-term solution for diabetes. 3. Japan. The fast-track approach. Japan has taken a bold, fast-track approach to stem cell therapy, leveraging its leadership in induced pluripotent stem cells, iPSCs. Scientists at Kyoto University are preparing to launch human trials using iPSC-derived beta cells, and Japan's regenerative medicine laws allow for conditional approval of therapies after just Phase 2 trials. This means Japan could approve a diabetes stem cell therapy within the next few years, well ahead of the US and Europe. By using iPSCs, Japan is also sidestepping immune suppression issues, potentially making its treatment more effective in the long run. 4. How does China compare? China stands out because it combines aggressive funding, flexible regulations, and personalized medicine into a single, fast-moving strategy. A. China is focused on autologous, patient-specific stem cells. Instead of relying on donor cells, Chinese scientists are reprogramming a patient's own cells into insulin-producing beta cells. This eliminates the need for immune suppression, which remains a major hurdle in the US and Europe. B. China's government is directly funding these therapies. Over $500 million has been invested in regenerative medicine, directly supporting research labs and hospitals. This centralized funding accelerates trials and removes financial barriers for scientists. China allows hospital-based trials before full regulatory approval. Doctors in China can begin treating patients with experimental stem cell therapies while still gathering data, which is much more challenging in the US or Europe. This means that while other countries are still testing treatments in the lab, China already uses them in actual patients.
Stem cell therapy for diabetes is no longer science fiction, it's happening now. But depending on where you live, the timeline for accessing these treatments varies dramatically. The science is there in the US, but strict regulations mean it could be years before a stem cell therapy reaches the public. Europe is moving cautiously, focusing on safety and long-term solutions, while Japan is pushing ahead with iPS cell technology and fast-tracked approvals. However, China's aggressive funding, flexible regulations, and patient-specific therapies could make it the first country to roll out a widely available diabetes stem cell treatment. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more longevity breakthroughs. Let me know which country you think will get there first in the comments. The information provided in this video is a compilation of various sources and has been condensed for ease of understanding. This content is for informational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Always consult a healthcare professional before starting any new health regimen or treatment.